Hey y'all, it's Kim. I know I'm making a lot of videos today, but I've got so much stuff that I just wanted to share because I know everybody's freaking out over these tariffs and all this other stuff and just the Doge and oh my gosh, just calm down a little bit. So there's this. This is the Western Journal on Instagram. It says Trump playing chess as interest rate drops on tariff announcement and bringing costs down. And then Trump appears to be outsmarting his critics again. And then it says, "We love you, President Donald J. Trump. Thank you. We love our president. Whoever put this picture of him is not that orange, nor are his lips white." I mean, it's whatever. Could be the CNN thing. But let's see what it says just real quick in this article. It says, Trump playing chess as interest rates drop on tariff announcement, bringing costs down. And then it shows all the different tariffs charged to the U.S. And then this is the USA discounted reciprocal tariff. So it's basically cut in half on most of these. I mean, y'all can go look at that chart. I don't know where the calculations came from. Whatever. I'm still trying to figure that out. But anyway, it says Donald Trump shared a video on social media Friday indicating that he's playing chess rather than checkers with this tariff policy, given one result has been the interest rates have dropped. Trump reposted the video on True Social, with which another user originally created for TikTok, showing that he's not particularly upset about the stock market taking a major nosedive over the last few days since he announced his new tariff policy. The president said he would be charging countries essentially half what his administration calculates on average they are imposing on the U.S. Further, there will be a 10% baseline across the board. According to the video Trump posted, he's crashing the stock market by 20% this month, but he's doing it on purpose. This person is American Papa Bear. It says Trump is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers, and Trump is purposely crashing the market. Oof, I don't know. It's scary. I don't have like a lot of stock, but I do have like Stash and Robinhood and whatever else, Acorns. So I'm not a major player in the stock market, but that is kind of scary. Okay. This is why is he doing this to push cars or cash into treasuries, which forces the Fed to slash interest rates in May. And those lower rates give the Fed the ability to refinance trillions of debt very inexpensively. It also weakens the dollar, drops mortgage rates. The narrator of the video said lower interest rates for the consumer mean credit card payments fall and mortgage payments do too, which all puts money in pockets of Americans. Many have noted on social media, including venture capitalist and co-host of the All In podcast, Shemeth. I'm not going to even try to say that last name because I'll tear it up. A Trump supporter, that the yield for 10-year Treasury bonds dropped to under 4% after the president's Wednesday tariff announcement. So 3.992%. Yeah. So some of this stuff is already benefiting us. It says the reason is that when investors flee from stocks, they tend to go to Treasury bonds as a safe haven. When many people want to buy bonds, the yield goes down because it becomes a seller's market. Buyers are willing to take less yield in exchange for higher security. The video Trump shared above stated that one benefit from this trend will be tens of billions in savings to the federal treasury in interest payments. The total interest payments on the nation's over $35 trillion national debt last year was $881 billion, with a B, a billion, surpassing the total defense budget, which they still haven't passed an audit, but hopefully, with the help of Doge, they can figure out where some of our money's going. So, finance expert Tim Ratna argued on X that what Trump is engaging is a full spectrum reset. Start with the debt. 9.2 trillion must be refinanced in 2025. It rolled into 10-year bonds. Every 1 basis point drop in rates saves approximately $1 billion a year. So a zero point 0.5 drop would save 500 billion over a decade. Lower yields free up fiscal room. Without them, core spending gets crowded out, she wrote. That was the one that was on the Fox article. And then 1 basis point is 0.01%, 1/100 of a percent, or a decimal is 0.0001 decimal form. Here's the further breakdown of her calculations. Wow. Trump likened what the country is experiencing right now under his tariff policy to a medical procedure. I think it's going very well. The president told reporters at the White House Thursday after the stock market took a major hit. It was an operation like when a patient gets operated on. It's a big thing. I said this would exactly be the way it is. He continued, meaning there would be some turbulence. Yeah, and then you can have a little turbulence for a while and just be patient. I'm sure we'll get back on track. Don't panic. That's the big thing. Okay, anyway, I'm kind of done with this, but I'll link this in the description. Let's look at the next one. So I just thought this was funny. Anti-Trump protesters get a smoke show. Funny enough, a Tesla couldn't do that. And then I said, look at all those faux climate change lovers get a little bit of CO2 in their systems. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I thought it was funny. So it says the left is the party of tolerance. Bro, you just lit a Tesla on fire because you disagree with someone's politics. Yes. Oh, the election of Trump didn't create the left's hate, it revealed it. Yes, it did. And then liberals promote their peace, love, and equality with violence, vandalism, intolerance, and rage.
That is false. Illegal immigrants are criminals, and they are going to get deported. Yes, they are. They are in the country illegally. It's a felony. You just spit on me? That's gross. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Why would you do that? Thank you for taking your mask off, at least. I am having a civil conversation with her. We don't agree, and we're being very stern, but this is very respectful right now. Yes, it is. You just spit on me, and you want to tell me what is respectful? That was disgusting. That's just vile. Why do you have to be vile?
It says liberal protesters at Byron Donald's campaign kickoff event spits on CEO Brendan Leslie while he was interviewing people. And this is for Captain Common Sense. Ugh, these people are just unbelievable. Do they not have anything else better to do? Damn. It says that's assault. Knock that thing out. And says, spitting on someone is considered assault in the real world. Self-defense is justified. Yeah. Okay, so it says Trump is more popular now than before he instituted his new tariff policy. It says the new poll shows Trump's approval rating rose to 53%, a 4-point increase over last week when it was 49%. There may be bumps along the way, but the forgotten men and women of America see that finally someone is trying to fix the problems they've been screaming about for years. Bringing manufacturing back here and getting the damn country out of debt. Okay. Americans deliver shock verdict on Trump's controversial new tariffs. Yeah. Wow. That's pretty cool. This says right here, he's a good man and a smart man. No better person to stand up for America and 100% love for President Trump. He has earned my support and trust. He dodged bullets and fought bogus show trials while still working on behalf of me. He's setting up our future generations for success. That's exactly what it is. Somebody mentioned one time that our grandchildren and great grandchildren will be paying the debts that this Congress and everybody else has basically uh, amassed over the years. Sure is insanely ironic that the people shooting bullets in the Tesla stores, burning down cars, and generally being violent are calling me a Nazi when I have done literally zero violence at all. And that's from Elon Musk. It says, Yepper. And then when it comes to liberal Democrats, whenever they run out of logical argumentation, they resort to name calling and racism always. The left are irrational, hysterical, hypocritical, violent, and dangerous. It shows the power of propaganda. Yes, definitely. Oh boy. Joseph Goebbels will be proud of the Democrat Party and CNN and all the other ones. It says 5 easy steps to respond to a liberal Democrat. I'm sorry. They don't know facts. They only make emotional arguments, believes everything they hear from CNN, MSNBC, and trust big government, and they are offended by everything. If anyone disagrees with them, they call him a racist. They still live with their mommies. They're loud, violent, super sensitive. Sounds spot on to me. Truth. You don't know what you're talking about. In spite of you being a subject matter expert, you need to educate yourself, or another variation of this, and they mean educate yourself by listening to their sources only. So true, 100% accurate. Nailed it. They're pathetic. It says breaking Britain folds UK PM or Prime Minister Keir Starmer seeks a trade deal with America to remove tariffs. I mean, I don't know how true this is. That's why I wanted to go through some of those other articles. It says the art of the deal. Life's a game. Learn how to play it. The best president in the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, the Trump domino effect. They all will work with Trump on a fair deal for both sides. That's all Trump wants. Just to make it fair. Why do we have to do that?
Hey, sir. Sir, can I ask you a question for YouTube? Sir, can I ask you a question for YouTube? I'm pressed. I'm pressed.
Hold on. It says New York Trump supporters call out anyone New York Trump supporter calls out annoying protesters outside Trump Tower. We, the American people, thank you, sir. So this is Laser the Conservative. Hold on, let me like this.
Clown's out of here. You're a fucking clown. This guy Biden's sleeping. His shit's in pants. You don't see that shit, you don't. Thank you. Thank you, sir. You guys are fucking joking. This shit is turning to shit. And I bet you're gonna vote for horrible, fucking horrible. Right? Horrible. I'm AOC. I'm fucking AOC. Fuck AOC. Fuck AOC. Fuck out of here, man. These people are clowns. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Fucking left wing. Thank you. Shut off. And a vote for Hochul is a vote for horrible.
It says, I think we just found the best new candidate for mayor of New York City. Oh my gosh, that just reminds me of Coming to America when, what's his name? Hakeem or what? No, what's his name? Was it Hakeem? He's going out there on the fire escape and he's like, something about good morning or something, and they're like, fuck you. I just think so. That's it. Now that's a real New Yorker. He nailed it on the head. Oh my gosh, that's pretty funny. I think that's funny. But I mean, they are being clowns. So here it is. It was never free trade. It was rigged trade. Trump is fixing that. It's just simple math. Oh, let's see. Let's see. So this person says, but didn't Trump negotiate and sign the last trade deal, CUSMA, or am I missing something? So tell me how much Russian tariffs are. Wouldn't surprise me if the Democrat Party got revenue returned to them after countries charge Americans to exorbitant tariffs. I believe that. There's something always underlying with the Democrats. It says here, Fauci's wife, vax peddling buddies get the boot at NIH. Fire every last one of them. They need to seize their assets, and they must be charged with crimes against humanity. Good. Send them to jail. Yeah, I think so. They should. And here, stop asking. We don't have to tell you where the money went. They collected 13 billion for Haiti, built 6 houses. Laws are for little people. This family has committed so many federal offenses and never prosecuted. Let's go, Patel and Bondi. Please prosecute this family. This family has done so much and it goes so far, but nothing, I guess, will ever happen. Talk to the people in Haiti. That's where they should send the Clintons for retribution. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It says, oh my gosh, it says, and we're just getting started. Voted for Trump button USA, 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 USA. And it is the best ever. Yes, we are. Hallelujah. And then, so happy about this. Just creating wealth. Sit tight, everybody. Exactly. Just calm down. Ignore what the media is saying as far as like, oh, the negatives. Nellies on like CNN, MSNBC, all their, what do you call those? Economic people. Just sit back and relax. If this doesn't work the way we think it will, which I'm pretty sure it will, because not every country is going to be able to move manufacturing here. You're just going to have to cool your jets. We're good. Anyway, I just think that's funny. It says, what do you call a man who rescues astronauts, helps paralyzed individuals regain movement, and develops an eco-friendly car? A Nazi. Yes. It says, yes, this is liberal logic. Democrats solve problems with crime and violence. You got the boo so far down your throat. I don't know what that means. Vote Democrats out. Yes. Newest affliction, MDS, muscle derangement syndrome. Like TDS, no known cure. The jackass represents them so well. Oh my gosh, I think I got all the videos that I had in there. Oh, hold on. So, fun facts, if tariffs didn't work, 170 other countries wouldn't be tariff in America. True. And America wouldn't be here. Exactly. Trump derangement syndrome is fueling the latest media whip up. That's what I say. Calm down. Don't listen to the negatives on all these other stations. Just give it a little time because some of them are going to negotiate. They're going to work it out. And then this idiot, I just have to say, she's outing herself. She says, I'm an immigrant. I'm undocumented, unafraid, queer, and unashamed. Just wait till Tom Homan sees this. Unafraid, queer, unashamed. Oh, Lord. My name is Grace Martinez Rosa. I am an immigrant. I am undocumented, queer, and unashamed. Oh, Lord. Says Tom Homan is about to have a field day. Just a reminder, it is a crime to be here illegally. Follows snowflake tears. And then she's getting deported, arrested and deported immediately. Well, she's clearly not effing hungry. Tom Homan, we're going to need a bigger plane. Oh, Lord. Okay, so here's the stock or the Dow Jones. People are easily manipulated. Everything is burning down. Run. Orange man bad. World coming to an end. I mean, it's still up pretty high. 42,225. When was this done? It says it's the same on both sides. Flip, panic, and ignore. Just a classic team sport. Nobody actually gives a shit so long as the other team wins or their team wins. It looks like the past 4 years were great for the stock market. Thanks for showing. So I don't know. Oh, I see what it's doing. So we ignored this in 22, 23, and then yeah, it's come back up. It's come down a little bit, panic sells and all this other stuff. But anyway, let's go here. So look, the average Democrat voter is just plain stupid. They're easy to manipulate. That's the easy part. Hillary Clinton, as told to Dick Morris in Rewriting History in 2005. She's not wrong. Democrat voters are easy to manipulate. Wow, she can tell the truth. Smartest thing she ever said. And well, she's not wrong about that. Finally, I agree with her. Yeah, you got to be careful who you vote for. So I don't know if this is the last one. It says here, Trump hurt your feelings. I'm writing you a prescription for two testicles. Oh my gosh, it says if you're a man and a Democrat, you probably sit down to piss. That's dead on, so good. And then they need psychological help, doc. And maybe might all make mental hospitals occupied again and electroshock therapy an option. Yeah, these people are nutty as fruitcakes.
The Democratic Party has lied to us about everything. They've lied about being the party of the middle class. They've lied about being the party of peace. They've lied about being the party of that wants to help poor people. Okay? What the last several weeks have proven to us all, these are people who were more concerned about looking like they were doing something for the American people than actually doing things for the American people. And that's why I'm so angry.
Yeah.
Because this party lied to me while stealing my tax dollars. The Democratic Party lied to us all while they brought in millions of illegal immigrants for their own political purposes for the last 4 years. 20 to 30 million illegal aliens brought in. And now we come to USAID being probably the largest money laundering operation in American history. Congratulations, Dems. You've outdone even Bernie Madoff.
Wow. Bernie done made off with a whole bunch of people's money. Anyway, so did the Democrats, like taxpayer dollars. Let's see. What does he say? I'm disgusted beyond words.
Disgusted beyond words. Disgusted with the waste of money. Disgusted with the waste, with the fraud. With the way that you people use color legitimacy and the way you use black people as fucking mules to get us to push whatever fucking agenda you wanted to. The amount of division you use black people to sow upon the American people, you use us for that. And I will never, ever forgive this political party. The shit that I've gone through personally. Y'all were supposed to be the party of free speech, the party of women's rights. You have immolated all of those things. And then, as if enough weren't enough, you then decide that you're going to die on the hill of USAID, a government audit.
Wow.
You're trying to prevent a government audit because some of you really are trying to stay out of prison.
Wow. Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty good. He's not wrong, I don't think. Okay. And here's this. I'm saving the world by drawing a swastika. Oh my gosh. And those congressional audits. Hakeem Jeffries entered Congress 40,000 in debt. Now he has 36 million stock portfolio. Ayanna Pressley lived on welfare before Congress. Now owns a $25 million Manhattan penthouse. And then Adam Schiff's his net worth has increased by 105 million in 8 years. So where are they getting this money from? It says expose the truth and fraud and corruption. Please, dear Lord, what happens in the dark, bring to the light. In Jesus' name, amen. Everyone knows they're laundering money, so why hasn't anyone done anything yet? Because they just don't, there's not a willingness to do it. It says breaking already Israel, India, the EU, Japan, Vietnam, and Cambodia all plan to drop tariffs if Trump agrees to do the same. Weird, Trump's plan is actually working as intended. Yeah. Says, have y'all seen the video of Pelosi recommending tariffs on China back in 96? The hypocrisy is so blatant. Look who was right yet again, MAGA. The only enemy we can't seem to conquer is within. For real. It's working, Dems. Now what are you going to be mad at? Exactly. And then liberals on X with $17.86 in their savings accounts, 12 credit cards maxed out at 23% interest rate, a 10-year car loan with an 18% interest rate, and a 30-year mortgage with no money down at a 7.8 interest rate. Wants you to know why the self-made billionaire president's tariffs won't work and why the richest man on the planet doesn't know how to cut waste and abuse. I think that sums it up. I mean, yeah, they have nothing. And those liberals are so upset with Trump, you would think he stole 90% of the Haitian relief fund, sold 20% of our uranium to Russia, and deleted 33,000 emails and let innocent Americans die in Benghazi. It says, oh, come on now. Sounds like Hillary Clinton. Let's ask Obama and Hillary about this. We all know they didn't care when Hillary did that. The politicians are mad because they were busted. Their base is mad because they were told to be mad. Yeah, that's pretty much how it works.
Well, should go to your people.
So this is Senator Josh Hawley get swarmed by Hamas activists. His response is golden.
Yeah, aren't you America first?
China lover. Oh, you're China first.
Are you America first?
You're China first.
Why are you sending billions of your taxpayers' dollars
sending the Uyghurs to blood and death and using their money?
Are you
Their
America
money
first?
supports
Are you
your
America
organization.
first?
Your
I
money.
think this guy is
Listen,
Israel first.
well, I think you will
Not
post
America
this. I hope
first.
you'll post this.
He deflects
You
when he
are
just
a
voted
Chinese agent.
was
You have the blood of Uyghurs on your
35,000.
hands.
How many
Oh no,
bombs?
you're a baby killer.
You're a
The
baby
Uyghur
killer.
babies, their blood is
How
on your
many
hands.
bombs did you
The
just
blood
vote
of the
to?
Chinese
You
is on
just
your
voted to
hands.
send
And of course,
35,000
is on your hands.
2,000-pound bombs.
Who are you? You're just you right. You're a long right. Oh no, you are. Oh no. Don't accuse me of things. You're a Jew hater. You was a Jew
Sorry, you're a public official.
and you are a.
You're a public official.
Which means what? I can't see through the
No,
power.
it means that you have
It means
way
that
more
you
political.
love China, that you are seeking their money, and that you are rabidly
Taking their money
anti-Israel.
and sending it to a
You
foreign
are
government.
absolutely morally despicable. I look forward to one day the moral comeuppance that you will deserve. You are morally
I'm a healthcare worker. I save lives.
You are appalling. Your
I'm a
hatred
healthcare
for
worker.
I'm a healthcare worker. Oh my gosh. Let's just, how do these people have access to a senator with no protection or security around him? Maybe he doesn't need it. And then these women should move to Gaza and really help their cause. Senator Hawley is a hero. Yes, he's very good. And wait, now they care about babies getting killed. Only if they're like Palestinians. It's funny how people who are pro-abortion are calling other baby killers. Oh my gosh, y'all.
See, I mean, like, I don't know.
Okay, so this, I don't know if I showed this one earlier, but it says, why do sisters with the position always have, I guess he means big mouths. Anyway, this is Jasmine Crockett, and then I think Brandon Gill is going to have a response for her big fat mouth.
You have to hide because we lying, according to y'all. We lying. So prove us to be liars. I will sit here and I will be the first one to say I apologize. So let's go ahead and do it. Will you do that?
With you, I find it rich that the other side of the aisle is suddenly concerned about corruption and ethics. Whenever President Biden just gave his son a 10-year blanket pardon for foreign influence peddling and whatever else he was doing while high on whatever drugs with whatever prostitutes. I also find it rich that all of a sudden the other side has some problem with successful businessmen being involved in politics whenever you guys are the party of George Soros, of Bill and Melinda Gates, of Sheryl Sandberg, of Mackenzie Bezos, of Taylor Swift, of so many other billionaires across the country, as well as every woke, weird pervert in Hollywood. I find this incredibly disingenuous. I think the reality is Republican Party under President Trump has a very clear mandate from voters, and you guys don't like it because voters rejected everything you stand for and every policy that you've shoved down the American people's throats over the past 4 years, whether it's open borders, a failing economy, raging inflation, this weird woke stuff that you guys have been shoving down our children's throats. And the voters rejected you and they welcomed our party.
Yeah.
So with that, I yield my time, but I find this conversation incredibly rich from the other side.
Wow. So let's read some of these comments. It's like, I think that was Brandon Gill. He's, I think, junior senator or representative. I'm not sure. It says, ignorance knows no boundaries. Dems are in freak out mode. Is that similar to freak off? It seems to be their theme. Jasmine Crockett is classless. She's a super rich playing ghetto and speaking Ebonics. That man speaks the truth. Team MAGA or Team Man MAGA. And why she act like that since she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth? She been privileged for her whole life. Whoever taught her English needs to be divorced. Oh my gosh. And then it says hypocritical. Get out of here. Everyone just walk out. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is Elon Musk talking about Congress people getting rich.
Overseas to one NGO, then it'll go through a bunch of them, and then I'm highly confident that a bunch of that money then comes back to the United States and lands in the pockets of the people you just met.
See that? You see it?
It doesn't go directly, but let's just say that there's a lot of strangely wealthy members of Congress
Come through.
trying to connect the dots of how did they become rich? Well, how'd they get 20 million if they're earning 200,000 a year?
It's just horrendous, and all at the instigation of the President of the United States.
They'll send the money.
Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. Hold on. He's strangely wealthy as well. Connect those dots, so expose them. So he wants to be the only one. And then, and another new $5 trillion lost in 2 days in stock market. Trump recession incoming. Louis C. Mangione alleged manifesto hidden from the public by the media, published by Ken Klippenstein for the public. That's not very short. Imagine getting mad at Elon and Trump for stripping billions from billionaires that would rather pay slave labor in China than American citizens. The U.S. treatment of its citizens has always been criminal. Yeah, I don't know. This had to do with Kamala Harris. I'm not interested in hearing her mouth. Sorry. Anyway, there's like so many videos on here. I'll have to just come back and do some later. I don't feel like getting any more. I've done several today. I've been talking a lot. Anyway, I just thought I'd share because it's funny, some of this stuff and some of the ridiculousness that's out there with the Democrat Party. But anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Like, share, and subscribe. Talk to y'all. See ya. Have a good Saturday. Bye.